دع الأيام تفعل ما تشاء وطب نفسا إذا حكم القضاء ولا تجزع لحادثة الليالي فما لحوادث الدنيا بقاء وكن رجلا على الأهوال جلد وشيمتك السماحة والوفاء وإن كثرت عيوبك في البرايا وسرك أن يكون لها غطاء تستر بالسخاء فكل عيب يغطيه كما قيل السخاء ولا تر للأعادي قط ذلا فإن شماتة الأعداء بلاء ولا ترجو السماحة من بخيل فما في النار للظمآن ماء ورزقك ليس ينقصه التأني وليس يريد في الرزق العناء ولا حزن يدوم ولا سرور ولا بؤس عليك ولا رخاء إذا ما كنت ذا قلب قنوع فأنت ومالك الدنيا سواء ومن نزلت بساحته المنايا فلا أرض تقيه ولا سماء وأرض الله واسعة ولكن إذا نزل القضاء ضاق الفضاء دع الأيام تغدر كل حين فما يغني عن الموت الدواء.
Thank you all so much for coming out today. We're going to go ahead and get the program started. If I could have you all rise for our graduates to walk in, please. We're going to start with our 5th grade graduates, our seniors, and then our 8th graders. Round of applause for our 2021 graduates. Inshallah. Alright, so my name is Ibrahim. Inshallah, I'll be the MC for this afternoon. I have to say it's incredible to not only be able to celebrate such a joyous occasion, but to be in person after the year that we've had. Inshallah, it is only through the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we're able to do such a thing. With that, I would, of course, like to kick off this event with a recitation of the Quran by our very own 5th grader, Mariha Maryam. Mariha.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
So like many things, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. For us, that is our board. Without them, there's no exaggeration, we quite literally would not be here. So on behalf of, or to speak on behalf of our boards, I would like to invite Brother Ahsan Muhammad to the stage.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem. Respected board members, respected principal, respected teachers, staff members, proud parents and family members, proud future leaders, which I mean our students, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today is the day of celebration. Alhamdulillah, a day of celebration for many people associated with QCA, school administration and the principal, the teachers, parents, students, everybody. We look forward to this day from the beginning of the academic year. We work hard every day to make sure that we are proud on this day. As we count Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's numerous blessings, we look at the growth of our school and thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for everything He has given us. And we have a lot of people to thank today. I can talk about our school board, alhamdulillah, as I work with them. It's a pleasure to be a part of this board under the able leadership of Dr. Nimar Ikram. Working with Sister Tikra, Sister Surya, and Brother Yasser, the team has accomplished so many things this year. We renewed the lease for our facility for 5 years, alhamdulillah, to show the stability and our commitment. With pandemic ruling our lives and physical space being limited by different constraints, we expanded our presence in the virtual world. Alhamdulillah, we work very closely with our principal, Sister Fauzia, to take the school to greater heights. Alhamdulillah, amazing team. We thank Sister Fauzia for her leadership and her ability to take up new challenges and to prepare everybody for those challenges. We celebrate our teachers today. The biggest contribution to this world comes from our teachers. We know this. The biggest award for the teachers is given in the form of appreciation that our beloved Prophet ﷺ came to us as a teacher. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them, reward them, and add all of these in their hasanat. Ameen. Parents are very happy today. How would I know that? Because alhamdulillah, I am one of them. MashaAllah, proud. Parents, family members, brothers and sisters, grandparents, Nana, Nani, Dada, Dadi, they all play a very big role. Especially today they see their prayers being answered. Alhamdulillah. But today the day belongs to our senior students, our 8th graders and our 5th graders, because they are the ones who are graduating. As they move to their next phase of their life, graduate to the higher level, they feel proud of their achievements. Our 8th graders are entering the life of the high school. They need to understand that the grade matters now. There is a credit system in place. What they do in the next 4 years matter a lot for the rest of their life. Now about our seniors, who in the next hour will be known as the graduates of QCA. They will be entering the big world, fully equipped with the values given by their parents, knowledge imparted by their teachers, opportunities provided by their school. It is time for them to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their family, their school, and their teachers, and all others who helped them in their journey. Now it is their time for them to dream big. And I heard, mashallah, Sister Hadil also mentioning dream big. But when you say dream, it's not the one that you are dozing off in your classrooms. This is a different kind of a dream. Plan big, have lofty goals. Strive hard for it, soar high. The world is yours, but it comes with its problems. You are the solution. Be the solution. Seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help and work hard. Congratulations to you and all your family members. I want to end with this. The school, Qalam Collegiate Academy, came as a blessing in the life of my daughter. She has built a family of her own. She has built a world of her own. I have seen her very happy, excited, and very productive in the last 3 years. She challenged herself with the beautiful support provided by the school and her teachers. I am just proud of her, alhamdulillah. We are all proud of our students that are graduating today. Thank you, congratulations, and jazakumullah khairan. Allahu Akbar.
Takbir. 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 MashaAllah. It is only, again, like I said, because of our fantastic work that we are able to be here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala immensely reward each and every one of them for their time and efforts. Ameen. Next up, we have essentially what many of you have been waiting for. We're going to go ahead and present the awards to our phenomenal 5th and 8th graders. So if I could have Sir Fawzia to the stage to help me out. Round of applause. First up, our one and only 5th grader, Mariha Mariam. Let's go, louder, come on. And then we have our 8th graders, starting with Khadija Sayyida. Parents, if you'd like a picture, then you can come right up front for a picture if you'd like. Next up, we have Asim Iqbal. And then we have Mahreen Azad. Next up, Rumesa Ansari. Then we have Mariam Javed. And Nazia Nahid. Mariam Khwaja. Mariam Tawfiq. Dania Jalal. And then last up, Shamsia Haq. Real quick, let's get the 8th graders up here for one shot, a full shot. 8th graders. We'll introduce you guys to the 8th grade graduates all together now. They have to sing. And 5th grade, let's go. Parents, if you want to get a shot, you are more than welcome to come get a shot of them. Once again, this is our 5th and 8th grade class of 2021. All right, next up, I'd like to call, there's a parent of our graduate, Isra Hanun, that would like to come up and say a couple of words. Sister Nusayba.
الحمد لله الذي علمنا ما لم نعلم، والصلاة والسلام على حبيبه النبي الأكرم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وفقهنا في الدين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا، فيسر لنا أمورنا واختم لنا بالسعادة آجالنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. ثم أما بعد، قال الله تعالى: إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء. وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم: سلوا الله علما نافعا وتعوذوا بالله من علم لا ينفع. وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام: من سلك طريقا يلتمس به علما سهل الله له به طريقا إلى الجنة. ابنتي الحبيبة إسراء، لم يكن الطريق الذي سلكتيه في مسيرتك العلمية سهلا، فقد تنقلت خلاله بين الدول والمدن والقارات أيضا، ودرست في 7 مدارس مختلفة، ومر عليك الكثير من المعلمات والمعلمين والصديقات والزملاء والزميلات. كنت خلال ذلك الطريق وتلك الرحلة كالنبتة التي تمر عليها الفصول ال4، وهي تقاوم حر الصيف وصقيع الشتاء ورياح الخريف حتى تثمر في الربيع في آخر كل عام دراسي. وكنت ووالدك نسعى معك دائما ونكافح لأجلك ونحرص عليك حتى تصلي إلى ما وصلت الآن. ولا زال الطريق أمامك طويل، فدرب العلم ليس له نهاية في الدنيا، والناجح الحق هو الذي عمل بما علم. ابنتي الحبيبة، لقد كنت طفلة صغيرة تحلو، ثم بدأت تمشين خطوة تلو خطوة. نفرح كلما مشيت أكثر داخل المنزل، ونخشى عليك المشي خارج المنزل بمفردك. كنت أمسك بيدك جيدا حتى لا تتعثرين وتسقطين في الطريق فتتعرضي للخطر. وكذلك طريق العلم، 12 عاما كنت تمشين داخل صرح مغلق، وكنا نحرص على أن تكون البيئة فيه بيئة صالحة. كنا نحرص على أن تكون البيئة فيه بيئة صالحة. وكانت هذه نيتنا حين انتقلنا إلى درس، لكي تكوني في بيئة إسلامية تمسك بيدك جيدا. والحمد لله الذي لم يخيبنا. ففي هذه الغربة لا أجد أحدا يحرص عليك مثل معلماتك ومديرتك، ولا أحد يشاطرنا هذه الفرحة هنا غير مديرتك ومعلماتك. ومشاعرهم تزيد على مشاعري، لأنهم لن يشاهدوا هذه الوجوه بعد الآن في كل صباح، قد يشاهدوها في أوقات متفرقة. ابنتي الحبيبة، أنت الآن انطلقت من صرح النور والإيمان والبركة والخير إلى عالم متسع الأفق، ولم تعودي بحاجة إلى من يمسك بيده كلما مشيت، بل أنت الآن بأمس الحاجة إلى أن تحكمي قبضتك على ما يعينك في هذا الطريق الطويل. فأمامك عدة أيادي ممتدة تمسك بك، وكل يد أقوى من الأخرى، لكن احرصي يا ابنتي أنت وزملائك وصديقاتك الأربع ما شاء الله وجميع الحاضرين على أن تختاري اليد الصالحة التي تمسك بها. اختاري يد القرآن، اختاري حبيبتي اليد التي تقودك إلى مرضاة الله عز وجل، فليس هناك من نجاح وفلاح غير تقوى الله سبحانه وتعالى. ابنتي الحبيبة، أوصيك أولا وآخرا بالتمسك بحجابك جيدا، فهو طريقك إلى الجنة بإذن الله عز وجل. وأوصيك بالتمسك بالقرآن الكريم، وأن تجعلي لنفسك وردا يوميا على الأقل ولو صفحة واحدة. كما أوصيك بالمحافظة على الصلاة، فالصلاة نور، والصلاة هي أهم ركن في أركان الإسلام. أوصيك حبيبتي بقيام الليل، كما أوصيك أولا وآخرا بالإحسان إلى الوالدين وبرهما والسعي لإرضائهما. ولا تنسي بعد ذلك أن تحتفظي بحبل الود الذي جمعك مع مديرتك ومعلماتك وصديقاتك، فهن كان لهن الدور الكبير في أن تصلي إلى ما وصلت الآن. أعلم أن هذه كلمات قليلة، لكن المجال في هذا لكن المشاعر في هذا الوقت تكون أكثر بكثير مما يمكن أن ننطق به أو نكتبه أو نتلفظ به. لذلك لا يسعني إلا أن أدعو لك وأستودعك الله عز وجل أنت وصديقاتك في هذا الطريق الطويل، وإن شاء الله تعالى نراكن خيرا مما نتمنى، خيرا مما نتمنى وأفضل من ذلك بكثير. أبارك لكن هذا التخرج، وإن شاء الله من تقدم إلى تقدم ومن علو إلى علو، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, so I'm sure that was like incredibly emotional and phenomenal, but I don't understand the words. So we're gonna have Sister Hadil. Go ahead and translate for anyone who doesn't understand.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So that was not, I don't have the translation, it's the Arabic one, so bear with me, inshallah. And then the last part, she just said it, she's so eloquent, mashallah, she just made it up, mashallah. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, that he taught us what we have never learned before. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, teach us what benefit us, and benefit us subhanahu wa ta'ala from what you have taught us, and increase our knowledge of Deen. Oh Allah, there is nothing easy unless you made it easy. And you are the one who made the hardest things easy. قال الله تعالى إنما يخشى الله من عباد الرحمن. The scholars or the people of knowledge are the most one who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala beneficial knowledge and seek refuge with him from knowledge that is not beneficial. And whoever, and Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he also said, whoever strives in a road asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to learn and seek knowledge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a way for them to Jannah. And then our sister said, she's talking to her daughter, my beloved daughter Isra, your way that you have taken was not an easy one. You have been going through so many, traveled a lot throughout the world in different cities and countries. And you have learned in 7 different schools. And you have made a lot of teachers and friends. And during that time, you were like the seed that all the 4 seasons pass across it. And it resists the hard weather of the hot weather of summer and the harsh weather of winter until it reaches, and the wind of the fall until it reaches the spring. in every single end of school year. And myself and your dad, Sister Nisena, we were always after you, striving to, in your way, to make you the best and to reach the best that you have reached right now, the best level that you have reached right now. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep you on the right path. And the road is still a very long road because the knowledge road does not end. It's a long road. And the real successful person is the one who works with what they have learned and take action with what they have learned. My beautiful daughter, Sister Nisena, you have been little, when you were a little, you were crawling, and then you started to walk step by step. You've brought so much joy to our home, and we used to take you outside of the house. We used to hold your hands all the time, that we worried that you will trip and you will fall, and that you will have danger in front of you. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you. And in this road you have gone through this road of knowledge for 12 years. You have been working so hard, and we have been trying to make the best out of the best environment to help you reach that level that you are in. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He keeps you on the straight path. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you are always successful, you and your friends and all the Muslim children. I'm trying to remember what she said at the end. And she said, Jazakumullah khair to your principal and to your teachers and whoever had a hand in this. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward everyone. So I hope I didn't miss anything. Jazakumullah khair wa barakallahu feekum. That was.
Much better. See, I was right. It was an emotional comment, so we just did that. All right, so if I can now ask the 12th grade graduating class for the first time, introducing our 12th graders of 2021. Up to the stage. Round of applause. We're going to go ahead and give their speeches, say a couple words.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and thank you for joining us in celebrating our graduation. As Ibra just said, my name is Sadia, and I'm graduating today. It's a bittersweet moment, you know. I'm finally relieved to be graduating high school, 12 years of pain and fun. But I'm also a bit sad to leave the one place I felt the most comfortable in. We all know that this year has not been easy, especially because senior year has been virtual. But it's one thing I've learned here at Qalam is that we shouldn't let our obstacles hinder us. Instead, we should embrace them and keep moving on. When I came to Qalam 6 years ago, I thought I would hate it here, and for a little while I did. Keyword being little. But I changed my mind when I experienced what Qalam actually is. QCA isn't just a school, but it's a family. Everyone here at the school is so supportive. It doesn't matter if we're close or anything. All that matters is a sisterhood, which is unlike anything I've ever experienced. The environment here made me who I am today, along with the passionate and dedicated teachers here who helped me evolve my character and my own self. Before thanking everyone who helped me throughout high school, I'd like to thank Allah for guiding me to become a better person and surrounding me with everyone in my life. First, I'd like to thank my parents for bringing me to the school and moving to Texas. Shout out to Fuki for being the first one to move to Texas and telling my parents about school. My parents have supported me in every single thing I've done, and I know dealing with me is not an easy task, but they have done it and I am so grateful for it. Special thanks to Salwa for helping me with literally everything in school. I kid you not when I say Salwa has helped me with the most with school. From Arabic to college physics, she did it all, even if some bribery was necessary. And I'd also like to thank Ibra, who was the first person I talked to when I came to Qalam. Even though her jokes are lame, her vibe is infectious and her support is invaluable. She's the type of person to always be there for you, and in fact, she has always been there for me. Secondly, I'd like to thank part of the reason why I'm even up here, our amazing teachers. When I say you are all like mothers to me, I am not kidding. Every single teacher has supported me in everything I did, no matter what. From cheering me on to being there when I needed help, you guys were all here for it. I have never met anyone as dedicated as you all are. I am extremely blessed and grateful to have such caring and inspiring role models. Sister Hadil, thank you for making the Quran a source of happiness for me. Your encouragement is something I will always cherish. Sister Aisha, thank you for being an exceptional role model. Your kindness and zeal is something I truly admire. Even though you were my teacher, I saw you as a friend, someone I could go to if I ever needed anything, which I sincerely thank you for. Miss Celeste, your class was one that I would always look forward to. Science was never really a fun subject until I stepped into your class. You showed me the true meaning of actually trying hard, something I will always remember. Sister Sharifa, thank you for introducing me to Arabic. You were my first ever Arabic teacher and a very good one at that. We were a very crazy class, so thank you for dealing with us. You have taught me with passion and showed me that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Sister Saida, thank you for making sure we were on track with dual credit and our college applications. It really helped having someone check in with us. Miss Brianna, thank you for helping me with the peer tutoring. Your guidance was very needed and helped a lot. Miss Nisha, thank you for stepping in as our math teacher. I know we were a very crazy bunch, but your kindness made the class very enjoyable. Miss Chow, thank you for being our personal cheerleader. Your encouragement means a lot. And Sister Safina, thank you for reminding me of the little but important things and being the backbone of our school. And Sugafala, thank you for your amazing work towards the school and for helping student council. And then Ikra Auntie, thank you for making this a memorable experience. Your dedication is what really brought us together. And last but not least, Fuzzy Auntie. I don't really know what to say other than thank you. Fuzzy Auntie has been there with me my whole life since I was 1. She'll tell you that she saw me in my diapers. She's as good as my parents, a second mother, if you will. For the past 16 years, she's been here for me, from guiding me when I needed advice to helping me figure out what I wanted to do in the future. Being in her tafsir class was a very eye-opening experience. Fuzzy Auntie really made learning the Quran unforgettable. You have never failed to inspire me. Your dedication to the school and everyone in it is something I truly admire. It is an absolute honor to be your student and an absolute honor to call you Fuzzy Auntie. So thank you. Lastly, I want to thank my friends for the memories and the laughs. I wouldn't want to go through high school with anyone other than you. Not that I'm saying I want to go back. But from the bad jokes to the crazy 8 games in the car, it has been a wild time, and it's an absolute honor to be able to call you my friends. One more thank you to QCA's board of directors. Your vision is what helped us leave a place where we're prepared for both deen and dunya. And another thank you to everyone who joined us today. Jazakallah khair and assalamu alaikum.
This is how we all know that Sadia is excited to leave high school. That is the loudest I have heard her in all that I've known her. Inshallah, thank you. Now introducing actually our salutatorian for the class of 2021, Taha Ahmed Rabata.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah to everyone for coming to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. My name is Taha Ahmed, and I will finally be graduating from school today, and inshallah I will be attending university to pursue a bachelor's degree in graphic design. I have been a student at Qalam Collegiate since 2017 for my 4 years of high school. When I arrived at the school building for the first time, I was super nervous and awkward. I was coming back to a regular school system after 2 years of homeschooling, so I was worried whether or not I would be able to catch up with the rest of the students. I didn't know if I'd be able to make friends because everyone had already settled into their own little friend groups. However, I soon realized that becoming accustomed to school life would be easier than expected. I would have to say my favorite year at QCA would be my junior year. We were grouped with the seniors and we were fully thrust into the world of dual credit and college courses. That was my least favorite part. But that year was when we started the Quran Cover to Cover program by Sister Gozia, which was the most amazing program I think the school has, in my opinion. We would study the Quran from morning till afternoon. We had a coffee bar in our class and we'd make drinks to help keep us awake because our sleep schedules were inevitably ruined. And we got to know each other through lengthy discussions. And we would carpool to the Richmond campus and eating samosas in the car and playing crazy games. I make it sound like we did more goofing around than studying, but that's what makes QCA unique, their ability to create a balanced environment for students. As much as academics were held in high regard, there was a lot of emphasis on sisterhood and building valuable relationships that would benefit us long term. And in the past year and a half we've gone virtual, the strength of the school has really shown. As I know with QCA as a student, I feel that the school has done its best to prepare me for the experiences that I will face in university and the corporate world. One of the most valuable ideas that I've learned at QCA is being self-aware and mindful. Being in an environment that is filled with the recitation and study of the Quran has blessed me in every aspect of my life. To conclude, Qalam Collegiate Academy has done the most to make sure that I, as well as all the other students, are not only prepared to go into the world and succeed, but are confident in being strong Muslim women. Before I wrap up, I would like to give some thanks. Thank you, Sister Fawzia, for encouraging me to break my shell and become a more confident student. Thank you, Sister Safina, for being the first person to see every morning and put a smile on everyone's faces. Thank you, Sister Saida, for helping me through the ups and downs of due credit and checking up on our position error grades every single time. Thank you, Sister Sharifa, for encouraging me to give back to the community. Thank you, Sister Rabina, for always checking up on me like your own daughter. Thank you, Sister Hadil, for helping me reignite my relationship with the Quran. Thank you, Sister Aisha Hassan, for being my first teacher at QCA and working the hardest to keep us engaged. Thank you, Ms. Celeste, for being the best science teacher I've had in my 12 plus years of schooling. Thank you, Ms. Nisha, for being so hardworking. We wish we had more time with you. Thank you, Ms. Chow, for being so dedicated to the school, even with a new baby. And thank you to all the teachers and staff that I haven't had time to work with. I wish we did have more time, and for being the backbone of the school. Thank you to my fellow seniors for being there through thick and thin and through the ups and downs of high school. Thank you to the school board for creating the vision that helped us enter the world and helped us prepare for both the Deen and Dunya. Thank you to my mom and dad for bringing me to Texas because I hated it with every cell in my blood at first, and for providing me with the best education and experience I could ever hope for. And finally, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guiding me to make better choices and surrounding me with good people. Finally, I would like to thank everyone once again for making time to attend today's event. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Last but not least, I would like to introduce you guys our valedictorian, Esma Muhammad.
As you guys can tell, I'm kind of nervous. This paper has been used really heavy. All right, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you all for coming here today. I remember last year and the year before that I was in the crowd. It's kind of awkward being honest. I would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all His blessings and for giving me this opportunity to stand before you all today. And I would really like to thank you guys for coming here to witness this momentous occasion. As I look back on the past 3 years of my life, I see it was filled with blessings, opportunities, wonderful mentors, and amazing friends. Alhamdulillah. QCA has truly prepared me for life. In our tafsir class with Ms. Sister Fawzia, we have talked about all different matters of life to prepare us to step out into the world. In our Quran classes with Sister Abina and Sister Hadid, I learned about hadith and akhlaq that will always keep me conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no matter where I am. Ms. Celeste taught me about chemical bonds and human ones too. Sister Manan, she taught me how to keep trying until I got it. Ms. Chow, I learned where the safest places to hide mathematically if there's a tornado. Sister Aisha taught us how to work with others and to be easy to work with. And Sister Sharifa taught me to keep practicing because practice makes perfect, which is why now I can say the verb tense perfectly. Sister Ifra taught me how to be grateful for all that I have. Ms. Misha taught me about patience and kindness with others. And Ms. Brianna has proven that anyone can succeed, regardless of who they are. And Sister Safina, mashallah, she taught us how to smile, even in the middle of a pandemic. To all the teachers and staff of QCA, I know I couldn't cover you all. I was worried about time and stuff. And if I could, there'd be like 10 pages up here and it wouldn't be done. Thank you all for supporting me through this journey. It was truly your encouragement that helped me get through it. To my parents, who pushed me every day to work hard and to still have fun, thank you. To my brothers, you have guided and helped me from the start, and I hope you will continue. So thank you for your support. And to my friends, my graduating class, you have been with me for 3 long and tough years. Thank you for supporting me throughout this incredible journey. To everyone involved in QCA, the staff, the teachers, the students, the parents, the board, the donors, every single person, thank you for your support. May Allah bless you all in your daily lives. Truly, the last 3 years of my life have been the most hectic and the most happy years I have had, filled with amazing memories that I will cherish forever. Congratulations, class of 2021. You've done it.
Now, before we get to the final ceremony, we have a very special someone who is essentially been the backbone of QCA for about 5 years or so. I could go on and on about how much she's done not only for the school as a whole, but I believe and speak for everyone here when I say that she has individually changed our lives forever. Please give your loudest and warmest welcome to our principal, Sister Fawzia Bilal.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My first year as principal, never had I thought that I would be standing here as exactly a principal. And this would not have been possible. The success would not have been possible. I would not be standing here with so much pride and joy just by myself. It's a team. And as a team, we all pull together. First off, I would like to thank our very dedicated board of directors. Without their support, I know they're always in the back. You barely get to see them. We rarely get to see them once a year. They're there. And this year, of course, with COVID, you have not been able to interact as much. Otherwise, 2-3 times a year, they make it a point to meet up with parents. But a shout out to every member on the board. Dr. Nimmer, he's here? Yeah. Okay. Brother Nimmer. And then we have Brother Yasser, he's also here. And Suvia. Is Ikra here? Yes, there she is. Alhamdulillah, and the Rasul Hasina on stage. My request to you, please, after the event, do find them and thank them for all the dedication and support that they show to the school and the commitment to the mission. Without their guidance, like I said, I would not be standing here. So Jazakumullahu khairan to each one of you. Your commitment is exemplary, and this legacy will continue no matter where you are. Alhamdulillah. And of course, we have our amazing teachers. Some of them were not able to come today, but you know what the teachers have done. I don't have to speak for the teachers, say for the teachers, say what they have done. It was all virtual. You were there on the other side of the screen, and you know what they did in order to pull this year successfully. We have had one of the most successful years at Qalam in COVID. Alhamdulillah, at the beginning of the year, there was an interview done by Dallas Morning News, and during that time, I had stated that inshallah, this is going to be one of QCA's finest hours. And this indeed was one of the finest hours, alhamdulillah. Safina, I have to mention you. I don't know how Safina pulled it. All the parents know what I'm talking about. The dedication, yes, a round of applause for Safina. All the students know And you know, how the students spoke about her with a smile, that is what I saw. It's not a single moment of frown. And I used to stand there and look at her like, how does she do it? So thank you, Sakina, for being there with me. Everybody knows I'm just half, you're the other half. So thank you. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. Alright, so in the beginning, you know, I had written up a speech thinking that I'm going to talk to the girls about, oh, you guys made it through quarantine and the masks and all the CDC guidelines and all of that. Then I scratched all of it at 9:30 today morning and told myself, you know, we're going to celebrate these girls. Celebrate their accomplishments. So I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to list each of their accomplishments for you so that you know why we stand here, or why I stand here so proud of them, inshallah. So starting with Miss Isra Hanoun. She joined QCA as a freshman, described as hardworking by her peers. In my years as an educator, I have encountered few students, such as Isra, exuding a calm confidence, demeanor, and a sharp intelligence such as her. In her time with QCA, she has served as the chief editor for the newsletter, the editor of the yearbook, volunteered as a peer tutor to help at-risk students. So not only these girls worked to make sure that their academics are on top, but they made sure that their sisters were also on the top with them. SubhanAllah, that's sisterhood at QCA. Because of her dedication to kids, she led various reading clubs, Ramadan Kids Club, Back to School Night with IGNA, is part of the National Honor Society, coordinated bake sales to raise funds for various school activities, participated in math Olympiad, Hifz competitions, quiz balls, basketball, and was also invited for a private conversation with the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, at the AT&T Performing Arts event, the Women's Leadership event. Isra is graduating with a high school diploma, along with an associate's degree in science from Richmond Community College. Last but not least, she has also memorized 12 ajza of the Quran, as has completed the tafsir for 15. Isra will continue her journey with UTD, pursuing a degree in computer science. That's Isra Hanoun for you, the beautiful daughter of proud parents, Dr. Abdul Fattah Hanoun and Nusayba Mullah Khater. A big round of applause for them. Next up, we have Sadia Sarwar. Joined QCA as a 7th grader, described as passionate by her peers. In her years at QCA, she has served as a junior intern at American Muslim Today, operations coordinator for Dear Asian Youth, Dallas chapter, special projects consultant at Health Advocacy and Medical Exploration Society, GEMS. Sadia is also an entrepreneur with her own tutoring company that she co-manages with her sister, Salwa. Sadia is also the editor-in-chief for the QCA yearbook, our first ever virtual yearbook that we released on Friday, served as the historian on student council for 2 terms, has won various awards at interscholastic tournaments, was invited to Congresswoman Eddie Bernis's Diversity Dialogue, and also for a private conversation with former First Lady Michelle Obama. Sadia is graduating with a high school diploma with an associate's degree in science from Richmond Community College. Last but not least, she has memorized more than 7 ajza of the Quran, as has completed the tafsir for 15. Sadia will continue her journey with UTD, pursuing a degree in neuroscience. That's Sadia Sarwar, the beautiful daughter of proud parents, Brother Qalam Sarwar and Sister Rabina Sarwar. A big round of applause for them. Alright, next up, we have Miss Tahira Ahmed. Joined QCA as a freshman, described as dedicated by peers. In her years at QCA, she has served as graphics design intern for American Muslim Today, by the end of which she was tasked with recruiting and training interns herself for the same position. This is all in COVID, by the way. She has also served as the graphics design intern at Dear Asian Youth Dallas chapter, gained experience in Microsoft, Adobe Creative Cloud, has earned a certification in Python from Google. She has served as the Student Council class rep for 2 terms, participated in women's leadership programs, served as a peer tutor for science fair, was the student lead for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in 2020, raising over $2,200 for cancer patients. As a student lead for QCA Community Service, she has collected and delivered donations to various organizations throughout the year, closing the year with the first-time art competition, a Ramadan art competition, which was a huge success. Tahira is graduating with close to 230 hours of volunteering services. That's twice more than the standard, 83 of which in COVID year itself. Last but not least, she has memorized 16 ajza of the Quran and has completed the tafsir for 15. Tahira will continue her journey with the University of Arizona, pursuing a degree in computer graphics and design. That's Tahira Ahmed, the beautiful daughter of proud parents, Brother Rashid Rizwan Ahmed and Rashida Muhammad. And that's our salutatorian as well for class 2021. And now, our valedictorian, Asma Muhammad. She's 15, by the way. Just wanted to put it out there. Joined QCA as a freshman, described as determined by her peers. Asma was a participant at the virtual shadowing program that offers insights in anesthesiology, spinal surgery, and so much more with Dr. Fowler at UTD. She also participated in Brain Turns, a groundbreaking program offered by Lennox Health Department of Neurosurgery. Additionally, she has also worked with IGNA Relief, Mercy on Wheels, North Texas Food Bank, Habitat for Humanity, where they allowed her to only work on the lawn because of her age. She's 15. She is also the founder and the student lead for our amazing peer tutoring club started during COVID at QCA, managing over 15 peer tutors and over 20 mentees, coordinating with teachers, serving as a mentor herself in the program. She is, like I said, the class valedictorian for 2021. She's graduating with a high school GPA of 3.97 and a Richland GPA of 3.96, earning an associate's degree of science from Richland Community College. Asma, with an SAT score and ACT score that ranks her at the 99th percentile nationwide, has received acceptances from over 16 universities around the nation, including University of Houston, Hofstra, Baylor University, and so many more, with a total scholarship amount of $296,000. Last but not least, she has memorized 2 ajza of the Quran and has completed tafsir for 15. Asma will continue her journey with UTD, pursuing a degree in neuroscience, going the med route, inshallah. She is the daughter of proud parents, Brother Ahsan Muhammad and Sister Saida Muhammad. A round of applause.
All right, Jazakumullah khairan. That was a phenomenal. Okay, I might only say this once. I'm not going to say it any more than this. You guys are so cool. That was a lot. How did you guys do that much in like high school? Okay, well, now that you've done so much, it is with great honor and pride that, along with Sister Fozia, we're able to hand you your diplomas. So if I could start with our very own valedictorian. Apparently we're going backwards. Asma Muhammad, valedictorian, everyone. Another round of applause. That is our valedictorian, everyone. Next up, our salutatorian, Ahmed. Another round of applause, salutatorian, Ahmed. Next up, her mama's favorite child, Sadia Sarwar. In case her siblings want to say otherwise, it's a recorded graduation, so she just plays background. Again, that's Sadia Sarwar. And last but certainly not least, our very own Isra Hanoun. And that is it for the class of 2021, inshallah. If I can have you for a picture now. Parents, if you want to grab a picture with them, of them, for them, it's up to you. They're here. Again, that is the class of 2021. Takbir. And with that, I want to thank you guys all. Oh, right, sorry. And now we're going to go ahead, if I could call our HIPS team to the stage, we're going to go ahead and present a handful of awards to some of the HIPS girls. We did it earlier in the week on our last day of school, but a couple of them didn't make it. So if I could have you guys, everyone, Sister Hadil and Sister Abina. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with our 12th grade class. So we have Tahira Ahmed, mashallah, Tahira memorized 16 juz at her time at Qalam Collegiate. If parents want to get a picture, they're welcome to. Takbir. Takbir. Next up we have Isra Hanoun. She mashallah has memorized 12 juz at her time at Qalam Academy. Takbir. 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 And then we have Sadia Sarwar at her time at Qalam Academy. She memorized 8 juz. And it's a pride and joy of her mom, who's actually standing up here, Sister Ravina. And her favorite. And then we have our valedictorian, Esma Muhammad, at her time at Qalam Academy. She memorized over 2.5 juz. Takbir. 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 And then we have 11th grader, Salwa Sarwar, at her time at Qalam Academy. She memorized 7.5 juz, mashallah. She's also our honorary tech support, so we made her go down to come back up for the best. Takbir. 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 And then we have one of our 8th grade graduates, Rumaisa Ansari. She memorized 3 juz just in a year of virtual Qalam. So Takbir. Takbir. Next up, we have Maryam Ilaythi, who has memorized a total of 10 juz, mashallah, and is also the proud daughter of our very own Sister Hadil. Takbir! 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 And then we have another one of our 10th graders, Maryam Muhammad, who has memorized 5 juz with us. Alhamdulillah. Takbir. 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 And last but not least, we have another one of our 10th graders, Lina Jalad, who has memorized 7 juz with us. Alhamdulillah. Takbir. 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 Lina is also the sister of one of our 8th grade graduates, so just a family of overachievers, mashallah. Love it. And then our Quran department, obviously, mashallah. Round of applause for them, Sister Hadiya and Sister Amina. We would not have such achievements without them, mashallah. With that, I would like to thank you guys all so much for coming. So we're going to go ahead and have a photo session up here if you guys would like, parents, siblings, graduates. You are free to go ahead and come up here for pictures. I would like to call up all the teachers with the graduates, please. So if you are here, Sister, I'm going to call you out, you're going to come. Sister Aisha, Sister Sharifa, Sister Aisha, Sister Sakina, Sister Rabina, Sister Hadil, you got to come back up. Even our board, Brother Nimmer, Brother Sister Saida, that's not a board. Sister Zubia, Sister Ikra. We're gonna have the entire board. The board is not coming. They're not like me. Miss Misha as well. All teachers. Our teachers, everyone. I would like to introduce you guys for the final time, the class of 2021. Takbir. 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 After celebrating such a wonderful set of students, we now celebrate the backbones of it all. Our teachers and
Ibra is also a teacher, so I'll take him. Yeah, go. No, it's okay, just the teachers. Just the teachers is fine. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Ikra and Sylvia Qalam, please come to the stage.
I didn't forget about the board, so in fact, can I get all the board members? That includes you guys up over there. I see you, so you can't hide. If I can have the entire board, I'm looking at you guys. Come on, please, please. Brother Ikram. Brother? You're right. Hold on.
من أجبت دعاء نوح فانتصر وحملته في فلكك المشحون يا من أحال النار حول خليله روحا وريحانا بقولك كن